Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is Saturday night, a night where most people would be out and about enjoying themselves on the town. Unfortunately, for all of us in isolation, that is not the case. Tonight, I'm going to be speaking with Samantha Belli, who's going to be discussing two of her industries and a few other topics that I throw her way. I'm just going to wait for her to join in. How's everyone doing tonight? Is everyone enjoying themselves up in isolation? Wow, tough crowd. I'm waiting for Sam to come in, guys. It'll be an interesting conversation for sure. There she is. I'm gonna welcome her in. Let's wait for her to join.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you? Look so pretty.
So do you.
Hey, girl. How you doing?
Well, I'm doing good. I'm out here
Out there living the dream?
just living the dream, making the best of it, staying positive.
Good, good. Sam, I wanted to ask you before we get started, how's your Nonna doing?
Oh man, she's doing really well. Thanks for asking, actually. She's doing really well. We couldn't believe it. It was a little bit of a holy fuck, but excuse my language, but yeah, she's doing really well.
So
Really,
for
really
those
well.
that don't know, Sam's Nonna, her grandmother, was actually diagnosed with COVID. She's 80
Yeah.
years old, God bless her soul.
Mm-hmm.
So what were her symptoms? What was her experience?
Very mild. She started off with a little bit of a cough, a little bit of stuffiness, and she was sick for a good week until we started to really notice she was her fatigue. She was very tired, lack of appetite, and I was like, okay, something's going on. So we took her to the assessment center. Even at the assessment center, they were like, I don't think your grandmother has it, but we suggest you go to the hospital, because the hospital, they've been great. They're really good right now. If you go there, they test you for everything. Okay. Literally every test under the sun. So they did that for her, and they couldn't find, she's a very healthy woman. She's an 86-year-old powerhouse. God bless her. She's amazing. I don't know if you've seen her on my stories.
I have. So cute.
She's quite the hoot. We love her. Yeah, and they just found a little bit of something going on in her lungs. So they said her test is probably going to come back positive, and it did. And she fought through it. So her only symptoms were just really tired and no appetite. So we were really lucky. Yeah.
What was the experience with the testing process? What did they do for her?
At the assessment center?
Yeah, how did they do the test?
They did the swab in the throat.
They did in the throat. Okay.
Yeah. So that was kind of, I was happy about that, because I couldn't imagine anything going in. I don't know about you, but when they showed the graphics of that, I'm like, I don't want that. No. So yeah, they just did the swab in her throat, and even the girls, the doctor there, they're so nice. She was like, honestly, I don't think your grandmother had it, but something is up. So let's take her to the hospital and get her tested. And honestly, the Ottawa hospital with the Queensway, it was just great. They tested her for everything, and everything came back perfect except her lungs. There was something going on in her lungs. So they were like, her test is probably going to come back positive because of that. Okay.
And it did.
It did.
And did they do anything for her?
They didn't. There's not much you can do. They just said, if your grandmother's symptoms get worsen, bring her back. Obviously call 911 and bring her into emergency. But they said just go home, give her Tylenol. I made sure I called my brother, because my brother actually lives with her. My brother and my dad live with her. God bless them. Because they've been through a lot with her. It's a lot, right? So yeah, I just kept calling and make sure Nana's eating, and she was eating. Thank God. Yeah. It's good.
Well, I'm so glad that she's fine now and everyone's okay.
Yeah.
Sam, it's Saturday night. You would have been good to go to Lush tonight.
I know, right? It's okay. I got a drink.
Good. Cheers. I'll cheers you with my shit.
With your shit? Cheers, girl.
My boiled water.
I miss my Lush fam so much. Like Saturday nights were so fun. Yeah, we
So,
have a good time.
Sam, what would you do for Lush? Like, were you just a promoter?
No, I'm a bartender.
Okay.
Yeah. First bartending gig. I've never worked in as a bartender ever in my life. It's my first gig and it's so fun. It's so fun. Yeah, we have a good time.
Sam, I have to ask because we're similar in age and we kind of like
Hmm.
all grew up around the same crowd.
Hmm.
Was it hard for you to, at this stage in your life, take a job like that?
A little bit. The main thing I worried about, which I shouldn't, but because we always kind of have that in the back of our head, was what are people gonna think? You're 31 years old, you're working in like as a bartender, like come on. But as you know, Tara, like it's hard when you're single and like you're trying to, if like not having a significant other, like trying to get ahead in life, like it's difficult. So I needed to take the job, an extra job. I needed a second job because I have goals, I have plans, and yeah, I did it, and what better way, like I kind of keep it in the family, right?
Right.
Because Aiden and Warren and Damon, we all run headquarters together, and they also run Lush together, and the job kind of goes hand in hand. Like my clients come in like Saturday and where's a good place where we can go and just like have a drink and have some dance, like have some drinks and dance a little bit. And I direct them my way, like, yo, come see me at the bar, like I'll hook you up some drinks, we'll dance, we'll have fun. And then I actually have girls who come up to me and they're like, hey, are you Sammy Belli? Are you a hairstylist? I'm like, yeah. Like, oh my God, I've been trying to come see you. Like, and I'll hand them my business card. Like,
That's amazing.
so it kind of goes hand in hand. If I'm gonna take an extra job, why not do something like that? Like,
Well, and I think what people don't understand is that it's not just promoting the bar. You're promoting yourself, right? You're
yeah,
getting clients. You have to almost, as a hairstylist, be out there so
yeah,
that people know who you are and they know to come to you.
it's part of my job.
It
It's
is.
part like I don't know about you, Tara, but like I feel like I'm working all the time. Like,
I get it.
yeah,
Trust me.
yeah, yeah.
It's crazy. It's, the hairstyling industry, it's always been that there's
Hmm.
always like that underground aspect to it, right? Like,
Hmm.
you set the trends, you set the vibe and the tone, and you
Yeah,
want clients to follow you. It's, you want to take care
100%.
of them everywhere. You want to take care of them, in your chair while they're at home. Where
100%. 100%. Yeah.
Now, Sam, I did kind of mention we were going to talk about dating and your thoughts on dating. But the reason why I wanted to ask sort of ties into the whole Lush thing as well. It's,
Hmm.
do you find that your clients, when they're in your chair, because I've had this multiple times where a client would be single and telling me how the dating game is so hard and there's nowhere to meet people. You work two places, one place where you're hearing that and another place where they have potential to meet people.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're kind of like matchmaker also?
Yeah. I mean, why not? Like, yeah, like come, like you don't know what's gonna happen. You never know who you're gonna bump into. Like it could happen at the bar, it could happen at the grocery store, it could happen at, the coffee shop, the hair salon. Like
Right.
you never know. So, and yeah, I guess I am kind of like matchmaker sometimes. Like, it is. We're like therapists too, right?
Yeah.
Like we have a license in hairstyling and we have no license in therapist, but like we should have a license as a therapist. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
like, yeah. I'm saying like so much because I get nervous and I say like all the
It's okay. I say like all the time and I'm not, I'm just like,
time.
bye.
And I sound ditzy or I sound like, airheady, but I'm not. Anyway,
No.
you get what I'm saying.
Amazing. I get it.
Yeah.
With all those client to client chats and them expressing their worries about dating and stuff like that, being single, does that ever impact the way you feel about the dating game or the dating scene?
Oh, the dating scene now is just like it's crazy. Like I don't know. It's I think the problem is Tara, is like people are afraid to put themselves out there.
Yeah.
especially women. Like back in the day, it used to be the man used to be the one to chase the woman, and like the woman would be like, "Oh no, 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 not yet." Like, you know what I mean? And it's different now. Like the boys, like no offense to the boys, love you all, but like, you know, like we invest, like we have a date, we get ready for that date. And it's like, you know, we get our hair done, we make sure we're shaved, we're waxed, we're, you know, we smell good, like we wear makeup, and like meanwhile the guy's like texting 5 other girls. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like, so it's different now. So I think us as women, we need to put ourselves out there a little bit more and just be like, hey, like I like you. You know,
Yeah.
I really enjoyed my time with you. I really enjoy spending time with you. And either it's a hell yes or a hell no,
Right.
right? And what I think we do sometimes is when, you know, guys don't answer us, or men in general like don't respond or don't reciprocate, and it's like we kind of like thrive off that. We're like, no, why is he not answering? Like, and we bug them more. Like we don't, you know what I mean?
Well, you have the assumption that it's just you they may be focusing on, when unfortunately that's not the case,
Yeah.
and then it spirals into that
Yeah.
thinking process, you know, like, do they like me, do they not like me, why can't they just tell?
Yeah. Yeah. And that's another thing too. It's just like we kind of would just like just be honest, boys. Like just say like, you know, like we're not into you. But we should know, like, okay, if he's not answering, like he's just not that into you, right? Like it's just it is what it is. So
Do you find a lot of guys nowadays, because I mean obviously I'm not on the dating scene, so I
mhm.
don't know what that world is like, but do you find a lot of guys are afraid of commitment, afraid of marriage, afraid of powerful women even?
Yeah. I mean, our dating scene is completely different now. Like, you know, like back then, I always keep going back then, but like it's true because like back then, like we didn't have any of that. Like we didn't have social media, we didn't have Hinge, we didn't have Tinder, we didn't have Instagram. Instagram is like a new dating app.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like you don't need Hinge, you don't, it's like slide in the DM is a thing. Like anyway, back then, like you went out with like, you know, friends of friends, or like I don't know how you met your husband, but
Friends to
like
friends.
there you go. Like same community, like you were from Orleans or you're from Canada, and like, you know, you all hung out together. Now it's like you throw Hinge in there, and like you throw Instagram in there, and it's like I don't know, it's just people are just like they're like, oh, it's like almost like an addiction. They get addicted to dating, and they're like, what's this person like? Or okay, that person's really cool, but like I want to see what this person's like. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, there's too many options.
Too many options.
Too
Way
many
too
options.
many options. Yeah.
Has that ever impacted you negatively? Like, does it ever make you feel like, am I not enough?
Yeah. Not gonna lie. But I do. I think that I'm like, you know, why isn't he calling me back? Or, you know, why doesn't he like me? But then I think that that's a lot of personal, it's a lot of personal problems
Right.
that you need to deal with first, right?
Yeah.
So that comes down to a lot of like, you know, maybe like, why isn't he calling back? Like, I shouldn't care. I should just be like, oh, whatever. Like, next guy. You know what I mean? Like, move on. Like, find peace in that. Like, you know. So.
But is it that calculated now that you can't call first? You know, is there a rule when it comes to all of this? Is there like a
I
guy?
think people just don't know what to do. We're just stuck in this like, should I message her, or like should I message him? Like people just don't know what to do because it's like become it's like quality, like the quality's gone down and the quantity's gone up.
Right.
Do you know what I mean by that? Like
I
people
agree.
want more and more and more instead of finding that those nice things with one person, and like, you know, you're not going to be a 10 in everything,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like you might be a 5 in something and a 9 in something else. And like I think that we just need to like come back down and just realize that like you're not perfect. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. I don't know.
I think too, everyone's developed a lot higher standards than before because of seeing certain things on social media, and you know, making these assumptions that well, this person has this, so if I'm going to find someone, they better have this, 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 and this, so that I can show that my situation.
100%. Like when you have, sorry, keep going.
I was just going to say, it's like show and tell.
Oh, that's what it is. That's what Hinge is. That's what Tinder is. Like, you know, you swipe left. The guy, it says literally 20 years old, from Laval, Montreal, 5'9". Oh shit, he's 5'9". He's not tall enough. Swipe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's shitty. But
I
don't know.
I don't know if you've been sort of dating through isolation at all, but do you find the way people approach you now is different than they would pre-isolation?
100%. Quarandating, been calling it. Me and my girls have been calling it quarandating. Yeah. It's been interesting to see because a lot of them reach out to you and it's a different conversation.
Right.
So it's nice. And it's like we're having a FaceTime date.
Yeah.
You know? And I'm not one to be, I don't like texting. I don't know about you.
Yeah. It's a lot of work.
I can't. And like it gets misinterpreted. Like it's stupid. Like I can't deal with it. I can't. Oh, you took it that way. No, I didn't mean it that way. It's like, I just pick up the phone and I'm like, listen, this is what I'm trying to say. All my girls will know that. If I need to get my point across that's important, I call them and I'm like, listen, I have to tell you this. Like, I won't text it.
Well, it's funny. I'm a lot like that, right? I'll read a text message and there'll be a period at the end of the sentence and I'm like, they're pissed. That's it. They're mad.
Yeah.
Not. They're just using punctuation and I'm like, that period means you are pissed off. Let me call you and see what the deal is.
Yeah. Everything is just misinterpreted.
It's a crazy way of thinking. Then headquarters is closed.
What? Headquarters? Yes.
So
yes. Is
the coffee side, the restaurant side of it open at all?
No. We're completely closed. We've been closed since March 14th.
Okay. And how is the city, I don't know if you know this, I know I saw Aiden in here. How is the city helping you guys with things like rent? Because downtown Ottawa is crazy.
I don't really know a lot about that side of it. Like, he would be the person to answer to that, but I'm sure that he's on it because if we know Aiden, he's on it, and I'm sure he's getting whatever is out there that's been given to us. I'm sure it's definitely. We're definitely receiving that, and we're just taking it day by day, basically. Like, what can you do in this situation? Like, it's not like we were prepared for any of it, right? So
it's true, and it's really unfortunate to see because it was a business that was thriving. It was a little bit newer, gaining the momentum and attraction that it was. Are you guys planning from now any steps when you guys do get back into work?
Like, what steps are we planning?
Yeah.
We haven't talked about any of that, but I could imagine, like, things are definitely going to change, and I'm scared. I'm worried for sure. Like, you know, things like, I don't know if people are going to wear masks when they walk into the salon, or if there's going to be like the capacity of the salon is going to be different. You've been there, so we're separated by a glass wall.
Yeah.
So the cafe is completely different from us. Things like walking in and going straight to the bathroom and washing your hands. If you're sick, please reschedule your appointments.
Right.
I would say our world is going to be different, Tara, like for sure. Yeah. For sure. I'm excited to see how it's going to be. Yeah.
Do you think that you'll be comfortable working the same way that you did, or will you take extra measures for yourself?
I mean, I'm definitely going to take extra measures, but am I scared? Am I worried? I'm not. I'm not. Like, I'm a strong belief, like, if it's your time, it's your time for sure. Like, but I'm not worried. Like, no, we just have to be extra careful.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about you? Are you worried?
I mean, I don't know that I'm worried. I think I'm more concerned with the fact that my business is run from my home. So I just trying to figure out how I would feel welcoming people, how much time between clients I'm going to have to take in order to sanitize and, you know, keep my kids away and all of that. I think my concern's more of is the worth of me working and my productivity in a day that's now going to have to lessen so that I can have that time between. Is it worth it for me to stay home?
Yeah.
It'll be really interesting. It'll be really interesting to see what happens. And I don't know that I'm worried about the virus. I have days where I am and days where I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I don't know what I think about it anymore, to be honest.
Oh, man, that's in a whole other conversation, I feel like.
Where is your mind going with that? Like,
Oh, it's just everywhere. It's just because I've seen my 86-year-old grandmother go through it, and like she's a tough woman, like for sure. But it's just I think it is bad. I'm not saying it's not bad.
right,
I'm entitled to my own opinion, but I just think everyone's making it out to be something 10 times worse
right.
than what it really is.
Yeah.
Not that what it really is, or yeah, than what it really is. And oh, I'm so tired of seeing the news. I'm just so tired. I'm so tired. I'm a strong believer in like your immune system, like building your immune system, eating good and healthy whole foods.
Yeah.
Like my grandmother used to spoonful garlic. I don't know if your teta, you have a teta, right?
Yeah.
Is she still here?
She is, yeah. She's
Yeah.
a lot sicker now than she used to be, but I mean, she's the same thing. Like she's like 100 and something, and it's like,
Powerhouses.
yeah,
Like my grandmother used to eat garlic. Like
yeah,
it's nothing.
garlic, ginger, like it's nobody's business, you know. They have
Yeah.
a different way of eating than we do. Unfortunately,
Hmm.
we're very, quick. What's quick? What can I
Yeah.
like? What can I make fast, easy, and is it healthy? It's a little bit healthy, but do I really know what's in it? And
Yeah.
it's hard to, figure all that out and still work these fast-paced lives that we have.
Yeah, it's a lot of work for us too. Like, I don't know, like you're lucky you live at home
Yeah,
with like the two kids, but I find I'm like always on the go. So my meals need to be ready, prepped, or like all that stuff, right?
and you're big on exercising, eating healthy, and all of that. Are you still sort of maintaining your workouts while at home?
If you've been watching I have, it's
Yeah,
not the same as being at the gym.
right.
I'm a person who like looks to my peers for motivation or things around me. Like if I see someone's pushing hard, I'm like, yeah, let's push harder, you know? Um, but at home, I've just been like, my mom and I'm looking at the silver lining of this. I'm going to bring this up too, sorry, but my life is so busy. I'm always living in the fast lane, but I moved back home with my parents and my mom and my stepdad in October. And I've been spending a lot of time with them, and it's really nice because I never really get to,
Yeah,
because we live such busy lives, right? I have two jobs. I'm always working and around people. And when I get home, Tara, I just want to shut down. So I go to my room and I close the door, and it's like they get it though, they get it. But so I've been like spending a lot of time with my mom and cooking and baking and trying to learn those traditional things that like
yeah,
they learned from their parents,
right.
so I can carry it, right?
So you're using it as an opportunity to propel you
Yeah.
further in life. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I think
Yeah.
that what better time like now, really?
100%. 100%. Just looking at the silver lining of all of this. You have to. What are you gonna do? Like, thank God the sun's coming out.
Did you see your grandma at all before she got diagnosed with this? Are you isolating? Are you
Yes.
okay?
Yes. I have to isolate from her. I'm currently quarantined, so I have to stay home until Monday.
Okay.
Because I was in contact with her. Yes.
So can you not even go outside? Like
I can go outside.
you,
My parents have a house in the country. We're
okay.
in Metcalf, so there's so much land, and I go for walks every day. We have like a little gym set up downstairs, so yeah.
Perfect. So you
Yeah.
have your way out. You're not.
I have my way out. I have my way out. Yeah, that's
Sam,
good.
from someone who's so social in her job and in her outside life, how are you doing without all of that?
For a minute, it was like, oh my God, I'm not used to this. But then I'm kind of like, okay, like I never take the chance to like do things, little things like watch TV or like, I tried knitting with my mom a bit. So it was kind of nice. I feel I feel for my clients. That's one thing. Like I feel like I'm more than their hairstylist. You know how it is.
Yeah.
Like I have clients, I have standing appointments. I have like 3 or 4 clients that come once a week every week, and like they don't just come to get their hair look pretty. They come to hang out with me. Yeah. Yeah. And I miss that. I thrive off that. I don't know if you're like that.
Yeah,
I thrive.
it's a
Yeah.
nice feeling knowing that you're not only needed, but you're wanted.
Yeah. I like being wanted. I don't know about you, but I do hair because I love hair. But I do hair because of my relationships and my connections that I've made with clients. Like it's that makes me feel good.
I've been in your chair before, and
yeah,
you do give, it's very hard as a hairstylist to be a client. It's hard for us because, I mean, you were like,
oh my God.
I'm Tara, shut up. I know what I'm doing. I'm like, I know you know what you're doing.
When you were at the sink and I was toning your roots, you're like, Sam. I'm like, Tara.
You're like, shut up. But it's so hard for us to just relax being a client because we're so used to being on top and behind the chair, the one giving the advice. So sitting in the chair, I'm like, I'm getting therapy now, and they say a therapist needs a therapist, and it felt good walking away. I really enjoyed that time with you.
Yeah, it was fun. It was really fun. I loved that. And I loved when I did your hair for the fight. That was cool.
Yeah.
I was so honored when you asked me. I'm like, yeah, for sure.
I was like, who do I know that braids really well? Sam. Like you were saying with the whole lush and worried about people sort of judging you for that. And I mean, I'm a mother of 2 kids. So when I did that fight, man, I was so scared of not getting hit in the face of what are people going to say? What are people going to say about me?
I don't know why we're like that.
Why does it matter?
It shouldn't matter. It shouldn't, because regardless, Tara, people are going to talk, right? They're going to talk like whether you're doing something good or whether you're doing something bad. So you might as well just do you. I'm a strong believer of do you, boo-boo. Like, you do what makes you happy.
It's so true. Sam, do you find that being in isolation has provoked you to find yourself a little bit more?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I find we get into our thoughts, but then now I'm like actually in my thoughts. I'm like, oh my God, like I figured out that I always just say I never really loved cooking. I actually enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's really fun. Yeah. And I would love, and I said it to my mom. So I was like, don't you want to have kids? Don't you want to get married? I'm like, oh, Mom, whatever. And now I'm like, okay, I want that.
Aww.
Yeah. Yeah. So I do. Yeah. It got me thinking a little, for sure.
Did you ever feel pressure from people around to do those things before or anything like that? Or were you always just in your own world, not thinking about it until something like this happened?
There was a little bit of pressure, for sure. Like my mom and dad were married at like 21.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah, they had me at like 24, my brother at like 29. But then they separated.
Right.
So my mom, there was a little bit of pressure there. But like hurry up, do this at your age, blah blah blah. But then like look what happened, right?
Yeah.
You're young, you're still learning about yourself, you're still growing, and I'm a firm believer of like your time, your path, and your time, and the universe has a plan for you, and you just gotta manifest.
I love that though, and it's true, and I feel like you can meet somebody like serendipity anywhere in a grocery store, like that, do you find now from family, your mom, since she did divorce and she's kind of with somebody new now, did that pressure ease off when she realized that maybe way?
For sure. She still like brings it up every now and then, so I kind of have to be like, Mom, and then she's like, you're right, she never did, like she's always like, you did different things though. Like I've traveled a lot, Tara. I love to travel. And she's like, I never did any of that. And I'm like, Mom, look at it this way. Like if I'm doing this now, I'm going to meet someone in my 30s and I'm going to be settled down and I'm going to say, oh, I never wish I did that. I did that. Right?
Exactly.
So.
Well, and you were supposed to go actually to Tulum.
Yeah. We were supposed to go. I was Leah's +1 to a wedding. You know Leah.
Yeah. So they postponed?
They had to postpone the wedding. We were on the fence, like, because COVID was a thing in Ottawa literally 3 days before we were supposed to leave.
Oh, wow.
So we were like, still like, no, we're going. But then when Trudeau said, I strongly advise all non-essential travel, stay home, we were like, okay, we're not going. We were so mad.
Well, I would be too. Do you think they handled the situation well here?
Yeah, I think they did pretty good.
Yeah.
No, I think they did pretty good. We should have maybe, if the quicker they put more restrictions, I feel like, the quicker we get on with it and like move on and this would all be over and done with, I think. Right. I don't know about you, but
I think I thought that, to be honest, at the beginning. I was like, oh, it's just going to be 2 weeks. Everyone just listen, and 2 weeks and we'll be done. And I was so hopeful.
I thought that too.
Yeah, I was like, we'll be good. We'll be good. And then 4 weeks later, I was like, oh, maybe not.
What they just announced today that like, what is it? There's going to start to think of a plan or something to get the economy.
They want to open the economy back up, but I'm sure it'll be very slow and only certain businesses, probably one industry at a time. Unfortunately, I think the hair industry might be last. But I don't know. Who knows what will be essential and non-essential by then? Because it changed so fast.
How crazy is it that we're non-essential but so essential?
Right. Well, people are cutting their own hair. These videos of bangs like up to here. I'm like, you're telling me I'm not essential? Come on.
Like, oh my God.
But it's also what made us essential is Instagram, is dating apps, is all of that stuff, because we provide a service to people where there's now this image of what you should look like, how you should be groomed, and you have to maintain that image, right? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I bleached my own roots in isolation because I had the product to do so.
I haven't done anything. I'm like, you know what? My clients, it's not fair. I'm going to let my clients are not doing anything. I'm not going to do anything.
Oh, no. I was like, I'm rolling out of this blonde. I don't care what anybody says. I will keep this up.
It's so funny.
So your brother's living with your nonna?
Yeah.
Is his girlfriend living with them as well?
No. She lives with her parents, yeah.
Okay, so is he not able to see her then because of...
My grandma or his girlfriend?
His girlfriend.
No, he's quarantined from his girlfriend right now, yeah.
Okay. Oh, wow. And so what is that going to be like? Are they going to end up being able to see each other when his quarantine is done, or?
I don't know how that's going to work. I don't know how we're going to, going forward, I don't know how, it's tough. It's so tough because he does live with her, right? My grandmother.
Yeah.
So I don't know. They'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Hopefully by then things will, oh my God, calm down.
I do. Sam, was there anyone you wish you saw before kind of getting stuck at home?
Anyone I wish I what? Sorry, say that again.
Saw before getting stuck at home.
Wish I saw?
Yeah.
I wish I would have went to Tulum, to be honest. Like, really was so looking forward to that. It was going to be such a beautiful wedding, and I was so honored that I was able to like be a part of it and just be down south. Like, I love to travel. Like, I have to travel. So now I haven't had a trip this year. So
do you think you'll be comfortable traveling after this?
Oh man, I have a travel voucher, so I don't know how that's gonna go.
Oh God. Do you guys have family back in Italy?
No, barely. Well, we do, but very distantly.
Okay, so you're not in contact with anybody there?
Not really.
Were you guys watching what was happening there and sort of freaking
out?
Oh
my God, yeah, for sure. Like I know that like a couple of my family members were planning on going this summer. 2020 was like our big Italy trip, or I was probably gonna go. My brother and his girlfriend were supposed to go. I was maybe just gonna show up and surprise them, but that's definitely changed. So
yeah, wild.
I know.
I see Arian in here and Aiden was in earlier. I actually want to talk to Aiden. I don't know if he'll want to talk to me, but bro, holler at your girl.
I'm sure Aiden will talk to you. Aiden talks to everyone. Aiden, are you here? Is he still here?
I don't know how to check that stuff.
Oh, hi, Carrie. Hi, Rania. Everyone's here.
Everyone wants to see you, Sam.
Arian!
Hi, Arian. I want to talk talk to you too. I don't know.
Where's Aiden?
Call your brother.
What do you want to talk to him? No.
Too much hair.
What do you want to talk to Aiden about? Should we
wanna,
get into it or no?
I just want to ask about his businesses and
Oh.
the effect that had, and about Lush. Like, what is going to happen to Lush from your end? You know, like, what do you think a bar is going to want to do, accepting all of these people in close contact, these cups that are going to have to be extra cleaned and all of that?
Oh my God. And like capacity.
Right. What would capacity be?
And like Industrial is such a big place, right? So if it's not packed or if it's not full, it looks like odd.
Right.
Yeah.
It'll be wild to see what
That's
happens.
gonna be wild. For sure.
Sam,
For sure.
now that you're live, what do you want to leave your viewers with?
Oh, I don't know. We're all in this together. Everyone just stay positive and strong and don't touch your hair.
Yeah.
Please. Just don't. Don't do it. What's the point? Because I can't fix it. So just don't touch it.
No.
Let it go.
Do you want to be coming out of this with like a sideways hairdo and then every stylist is overbooked and you can't even get in to straighten it out? Just wait.
Just wait. Don't be dumb. Like, don't cut your bangs. Like, everyone's in the same boat. So, you know.
I hear you. Sam, I had so much fun chatting with you. You give
so fun.
Advice. I love how, you know, you said just do you. It doesn't matter what anyone thinks.
No, it doesn't. It really doesn't. Just stay true to yourself, your values, your morals, where you come from, and, put that good energy out to the universe, and that good energy will come back. Surround yourself with people who want to be around you. You shouldn't have to work for a relationship. You shouldn't have to work for a friendship, right?
For anything.
For anything. And if that's the case, then you're doing something wrong. Like, it is what it is.
And I think that it's beautiful that you can be able to say that, because a lot of us are afraid to say that. We're afraid to say, I don't know if I'm just thinking this or if this is actually what other people are thinking, but either way, I'm good. You do you. I'll do me. Let's all be good together.
Yeah. And don't be quick to judge people. That's a thing that I'm very much, that I struggle with myself too. I'm like, oh my God, she looks like a bitch. And then you actually talk to her and she's like really super fucking cool, right?
Well, did I not say that to you the other day? I'm like, Sam, when I first met you, I thought you were a bitch. And then I sat in your chair and I was like, oh my God, I love this girl.
Yeah. Like, just don't be quick to judge, and, put yourself out there. Ladies, don't be afraid to ask a guy out. That's all I'm going to say. Good. I've done it. I might not have gotten the answer I wanted, but I did it. So.
But that takes like a good amount of strength to just say, like, you might say no, but do you want to go out with me?
Yeah. And it doesn't have to, you don't have to come on so strong. Like, just say it like, hey, I enjoyed spending time with you. Do you want to go grab a coffee again? Or do you want to go for a drink or a walk? Social distance walk.
Social distance walk. I've heard of them. I have a few friends who's like, I went on a social distance date. I'm like, that's so cute.
You can. I think it's really bringing, like, it's changing the dating game, as it should. Like, send nudes. Like, if another person says, send me a nude one more time. No, let's go for a social distance walk.
Buy me a coffee, put it on the sidewalk, move back so I can go grab it, and let's chat about life.
Yeah. Anyway.
I hear you. I think that there just needs to be more respect for one another.
On both ends.
On both ends, exactly. And I think, too, like, guys, just chill, If you see a powerful woman, don't let her scare you. Let her inspire you to want to be even more.
You're such a man.
Yeah, exactly. You're such a man. What are you afraid of?
Yeah, there's just a way of doing it. Don't be like, hey, your skirt is nice. Like, like, look at my brother who's asking you to send nudes.
Yeah, beat him up from isolation.
Yeah, so there's just a way, like, to ask a woman or to get a woman's attention. Figure it out. It's not hard.
not.
And girls, be patient. Like,
Yes.
that's another thing too. I'm going to say to the girls, like, don't respect their time. Guys are not like us. They're not on, I don't think they're on their phones 24/7. You know what I mean? Or, you know, respect their time. They'll come to you. You know what I mean?
Don't make yourself feel rushed. There's no timeline. Like I tell everybody, my mom is 76 years old. She got married in her 30s, had me in her 40s. And that was back then.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that was.
I'm sorry, that's just unheard of for back then.
Right, exactly. And I think that to me, I've always looked at that as, yeah, like, why is there a timeline? Why do we put this pressure on each other, especially in 2020, to feel like you can't get married in your late 30s, in your early 30s, in your mid 20s? Like, what does it matter?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
As long as you're happy, that's all that matters.
It is all that matters.
And I know it's like everyone says that, oh, as long as you're happy, but it's truly, that's what it is. Like, be happy, enjoy the moment that you're in. Yesterday happened, tomorrow you don't know if it's going to happen. So just enjoy. Yeah. Well, the cultural thing.
It is a culture. And it is. It's unfortunate, but like.
It really is.
I'm Lebanese and you're Italian, and both cultures share the same idea. And I think that when you're in a country like Canada that's so multicultural, that feeds into every sort of culture and every society or group of community of people, and it just creates this pressure all around that shouldn't even be there. Because I know girls that are married and wish they weren't, or they're married and they see you living your life and they're like, man, I wish I could do that, or So it goes both ways. I think you're always gonna have that wonder, what if I waited, or what if I did something earlier?
Yeah. I think it's just all part of your path and how it's supposed to go, right?
I agree.
And the whole cultural thing, I'll tap back onto that too. Like it is shitty, right? Because that's what we know in our culture. But I kind of had a little bit of like a pass on that because my parents split up when I was so young.
Right.
So for me, and for you, like your mom didn't have you until she was what, late 30s. So
she was almost 40 when she had me.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So for me, I just like, I don't look at it, and my dad's not even Lebanese, and back then it was like, no, you get married at 40 to another person of your same culture. So for me, it was just like, I don't know, it doesn't matter. The person has to be worthy and respectable, and that's what mattered to me. But it, like you said, your path is your path, and you never know where you'll be. You never know who you'll meet. You never know when or how you'll meet them. And I think that it's really beautiful that you can showcase, that side of you that people maybe don't know,
Thank you for that opportunity, Tara.
Thank you for being on my show.
I just want to say that this show has just been so awesome.
Thank you. It's fun.
Yeah. At first I was like, what is she doing? And then I'm like, I'm gonna watch it. And then I started watching, like, I'm watching it, like, especially your one with Una and was it Tanya? I loved that. That was great. And the one last night was great too. Like, I think what you're doing is awesome, because right now we all just need to be connected and stay connected.
Right.
Even though we're all like, oh my God, our world is our phones. But right now it's been our saving grace, I think.
I think it has. I think it definitely has been.
Thank you for that.
Thank you. And on the topic of Una and Tanya, they're actually starting their own little once a week podcast. She just announced it today. Yeah. So they'll be talking about, I think, pretty much everything. If you guys check out Tanya's page, it's still up there. So you can catch that, and it'll be really awesome because they're both really knowledgeable in that field. So it'll be really cool to hear what they have to say.
Yeah.
But I want to thank you again, Sam.
Thank you, Tara. That was awesome.
It was so much fun. I love it. Guys, if you get out of isolation and your hair's a wreck, contact Samantha. She'll be at headquarters downtown. And if we're allowed to be in a room together, go to Lush.
Yes. Come to Lush. Come see me. I'm behind the bar. Come to HQ. Come get your hair nice.
There you go.
Or go see Tara.
Or me. If I'm not too chicken to let people in my house, we'll see how that goes.
Or Tara, you come work with us.
I was thinking about it.
Oh
I need
my
Aiden
God. Aiden!
Help a sister out.
Yo, that would be so fun.
It would be. It
Yeah.
would be fun. All right, Sam, we'll chat soon. I love you. Take care.
I
Stay
love you
safe.
too. I'll see you soon. That was awesome.
Have a good night.
Bye. Bye.
Guys, that was awesome. Sam is such a beautiful, enlightening woman. I had so much fun chatting with her. Tomorrow night on Oh Shit, there will be no Oh Shit because Sundays are a day of rest. I will see you guys Monday. Take care and have a good night. Oh shit.